For everyone who's new, man, welcome to the team. Appreciate you guys. Welcome to the right side of money. Glad to have you guys here as a part of the family. Let me turn those chimes off so it don't drive us crazy. But see, I told you all the numbers gonna go up, right? The numbers are going up. But my name is Sophia Lightbourne. I'm one of the leaders here on the team, and y'all are gonna see a lot of me, hear a lot from me. If y'all can hear, I have an accent. I'm from the Bahamas, so shouts out to everyone on the training right now for the 242. You know, born and raised, but I live in South Florida, and you know, I've been a part of I Am Academy about 9 months now. You know, maybe 10 months now, going on 10 months, and it's really been an amazing journey so far. You know, I have a background in sales, in network marketing, direct sales, but this was kind of my first rodeo at investing, at, you know, foreign exchange. I knew absolutely nothing about it. So I know what it is to be brand new. And that's why one of the things that you're gonna notice as a part of our team culture is that I do a lot of trainings because I know what it is to be new, right? The beginning of any new venture is always the hardest. So I believe that if we make things super clear, if we help you know what to do, and tell you why you should do it and show you how to do it, you know, it's gonna make your transition a whole lot easier, all right? So tonight's training, guys, we usually have our team trainings on Thursday nights, but last night I had my own little issue where, you know, with my phone where I wasn't able to get on the call. So I rescheduled tonight. So it's usually not Friday nights, guys, usually Thursday nights, 9 p.m. That's gonna be our standing team training call. But I do want you guys to write this down, okay? Tomorrow, we do have a virtual Super Saturday, okay? A virtual Super Saturday tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it starts at 10 a.m., but let me make sure. 10 a.m., it's gonna be on the link. Malik, if you don't mind helping me out, Malik, just drop it in the chat for me. 11 a.m., guys, so y'all can sleep in. 11 to 2, okay? 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's on the link runtheplayto50k.com, okay? Runtheplay, the number 250k.com. And this training tomorrow, guys, it's not a trading training. This training is a marketing training, okay? It's to help you guys, those of you guys who wanna build a business, who wanna share the information and be able to earn some residual income. You definitely wanna make sure you're on that training so that you can learn the most effective ways to market and promote your business so that you can get people to join, right? I always say the only way, 50K, Malik, runtheplay250k.com. Appreciate you, bro. The only way people can join you in business, guys, is if they know that you are in business. So one thing I gotta, you know, challenge y'all is that you cannot be a secret agent in business. That's something a lot of us try to do. I tried to do it, especially when I started this venture because I was in something else before, and it was a transition. It was a major shift for me. When I first made a decision to do this, I didn't really want anyone to know because I didn't know how I was going to shift my brand at first. But I realized that I can't be a secret agent in business because the quickest way to go out of business, guys, is when people don't know that you exist. So don't just think about, I need y'all to start thinking about this opportunity, not as, you know, a little side hustle or not as your little business. You got to start thinking about this as a 7-figure business, okay? I want you to treat this like if this was a multi-million-dollar corporation, because y'all already know we're directly connected to people who are making 6-7 figures in this very same business. And the only way you're going to be able to get to those levels of success is to treat it that way, okay? You can't treat this business like a $235 opportunity. You got to treat this like this is a $235,000 investment. Because if you had invested $235,000 into this business, guys, you would treat it a little different. You would be on the trainings, right? You would make sure that you're plugging into the products. You will be telling people about your business because you want to succeed. But because this costs you $235, don't keep it. Don't be a secret agent. Don't hide this. Why? Because this opportunity is one, something that's going to be able to change our financial situation. And two, it's going to be able to change a lot of people connected to us. And one of the biggest, you know, things or the greatest things that they say you can do in life is put other people in a position to make money, right? So I want you to make a decision tonight and say, listen, I'm going to put other people in a position to make money. So you got to understand that while you're learning the skill set, while you're learning, you know, how to master these foreign exchange markets, you can actually put people in position to be able to invest and make money as well. All right. So don't be selfish with the information. If you're not out here telling everybody you know about this opportunity, that's selfish. You're keeping it to yourself. You're hoarding the information. Don't do that. Tell people about it. And the more you learn, the more you earn, the more confident and competent you get in the skill, you're going to get radical about telling people. All right. So if you're on the call today, I know we've got a lot of new people. If you're on the call and you participated in the, the $50 challenge that we started on Monday so far, if you made money this week, if right now you look into your MetaTrader account and the amount, your balance is more than when you started on Monday, drop some money bags in the chat. Let me see if anyone made any money. Let's see if, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Okay, I see some money bags coming in from Sade. Okay, I see Tabs. Okay, I see Critique. All right, who else? I know it ain't only them. Okay, Tiara, she spelled out money bag. That's funny. Suzette, right? Pam, Glendria. Yeah, everybody's making money, right? Today, this week, everyone was able to place those trades and copy and paste your way to profit. Nicole, right? Nicole and I had a conversation today where, and Nicole, I hope she won't mind. She started her account on Monday or earlier this week with $55. And today, when she sent me a screenshot of her account, there was $83 there. What bank can you go to and put $55 in an account and in less than a week, it's $83 without depositing more money there? There's none. It don't exist. It don't exist. So I want y'all to really see the magnitude of what we have here. That's why y'all can't sleep on this. That's why you can't play with this. You put $50 in a bank in an account on Monday, and by Friday it was over $80. That don't happen in Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, Scotiabank, Royal Bank, Commonwealth Bank, none of those banks. It just does not happen, right? I told someone about it the other day, about a month ago in June. Bank of the Bahamas was having this, you can invest, right, in this government, I think they call it like a prospectus or something, where you can invest some money to basically loan the government, and they're giving you back, listen to this, y'all, 3.6% over the next 5 to 7 years. So let's just think about it. Let's just do the math. Let me just show y'all why y'all gotta really take this serious and be confident when you're sharing this information, because ain't no one else around y'all doing what we're doing. If you were to put $1,000 in that investment, let's say you were to say, hey, I'm gonna invest $1,000, 3.6%, guys, and they give you payments twice a year. Every year you're gonna make $36 on your $1,000 every year, and they pay you out twice. So that means that you don't even get the $36 one time. You get it in 2 payments. So over the course of every year, you get $18 on your $1,000. Why would you do that? That doesn't even make sense. That's not even a good deal. And I want y'all to think about it like if you were dealing with a friend, and if I said to you, just because I could see Critique. So Critique, let's just say I went to Critique and I said, Critique, let me borrow $1,000. I'm gonna pay you back in a year, and I'm gonna just give you $36 interest. She'll be like, Sophie, you got to be crazy. You might as well give me no interest at all, right? Think about it, but the banks are doing this to us all the time, and we think they're giving us like a deal, and that's a investment. A regular bank is giving us less than 1%. So don't take my math for it. Let's use the calculator. If you put $1,000 in the bank and they're giving you less than 1%, but I'm gonna just do 1% for the example, that means that in a year, you're gonna make $10 on your money. Y'all know that myth that we used to hear, like, hey, if I become a millionaire, I'm gonna just live off the interest. Y'all know we say that, right? Let's just say you made $1 million, okay? And you have it in a regular bank where they're giving you 1%. You know your money only make $10,000 the entire year. So if you divide that by 12 months, you make $800 a month on $1 million. That's not even good. Like, why do we even do this, right? It's because we didn't know that there were alternatives. When you know better, guys, you do better. So that's why I need y'all to not be cheap with yourself and say, hey, this 234, this 175, man, I can't afford it. You can't afford not to do this. I'll repeat that. You cannot afford not to do this. So start to have that perspective and shift your thinking around the investment, and it's an investment in yourself, and that'll make you be happy to pay that 175. Now, of course, our opportunity has a 2 and free program. You refer 2 people as free. Definitely. Why pay if it could be free? But what if you don't have 2 people, guys? Don't be like, I gotta quit. Why? Because you're going back to doing what the masses are doing. And I'm not gonna cuss, but the masses usually are drop the M. Okay? They got us fooled. Okay? We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. So guys, now that we know better, we're gonna do better. So we're gonna dive into it. So there's gonna be 2 parts to this training tonight. Like I said, the first part, we're gonna talk about, you know, the biggest skill in building the business that everyone can learn tonight, okay? And you can start building your business tonight, literally without ever making $1 trading, even though we just saw most of you guys already started making money, right? But even if you haven't made $1 trading, you can start building your business tonight, even if it's your first hour in the business. So Jihad, you know, Evie, everyone who's brand new, get excited because you're about to learn a skill set to building that can help you start to earn some residual income that you can use to fund your trading account. So I want y'all to write that down for a second. The reason that we encourage you, it's not mandatory, it's not required, it's optional. But the reason that we encourage you to build the business side of this business out on top of learning the skill of trading is so that you can generate residual income every single month that you can use to put into your funding, into your trading account to grow that money. Okay? So think about it this way. If you can get yourself to, you know, one of our positions called Platinum 600, let's say you're making $600 a month for referring this opportunity to 12 people. Think about being able to deposit $600 into your trading account every month and then trading it. Now you're growing that money. Think about what we were able to do with $50, guys. Imagine being able to do the same percentages with $600 every 30 days. I just want y'all to really start to wrap your mind around that. That's why we push the business, okay? We push the business to give you some money to invest because we don't want you investing your rent money. We don't want you investing your car payment money, right? You know why? Because if that's money that you need and there is risk involved, you may win some trades, you're gonna lose some trades. But if it's money you need for next Friday, you're gonna be emotionally attached. And usually trading while emotional is not good, okay? We discourage trading while emotional because out of desperation, you're gonna make some bad decisions. So we wanna make sure that you've got money to trade, money to invest. So why not let the company fund your trading account, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, guys. Give me a second. Tonight, we're talking about the number one, okay? The number one money-making skill in our business. The number one money-making skill in our business. If y'all didn't just see the answer, drop it in the chat. What do you think is the number one money-making skill in our business outside of trading Forex, but on the business side, like on the referral side? What do you guys think? Let me see what you guys think. Mindset, okay. Y'all saw it, right? I know Malik knows it, but Jihad saw it. Edification, right? Mindset, edification. What else y'all think? Everyone else on the trainer, come on, let's be interactive, guys. There's no wrong answers. What do you think?
Belief.
Belief, right? Belief, inviting, marketing. Okay, great. All of these things are important, right? Persistence, consistency. But guys, here's the coachable, being teachable, belief. I love it. Building relationships. These are all great, you know, things that we need to master and learn to build our business. But the number one, guys, the number one skill here is edification, okay? Edification. Hang on a second. Why this thing doesn't want me to be great? Okay, is edification. Now, I know some of you guys are like, what is edification? You know, some of you guys may not even know what that means, right? Because I know I didn't really know what edification meant before I got in this business. It's not a word that we use in regular conversations, right? It's not anything I ever heard no one talk about when I was in school. But edification, guys, this word is going to become a part of your vocabulary. Boom. Nicole Pindo. Yes. To uplift, right? Great. See, what is edification? It means to highlight your mentor. Okay, y'all on it. Jihad, great. So what is edification, right? You guys are already on it in the chat. Edification means, and y'all take notes. Remember, note takers are money makers. Okay? Every time we have a training call, guys, have a pen and paper. Okay? You want to take notes. There's 2 reasons why. 1, you only retain 20% of the information you hear if you don't take notes. Okay? So if you want to retain the info, you got to write it down. It's just something that happens in our brain when we write notes while we're listening. See, they say that you learn when you hear, you learn when you see, but you learn most when you hear, see, and do something. So writing notes is actually you're actually modeling. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're writing notes while you're learning information, and that's not just on these trainings. That's just in life. So if y'all on here, you guys are, you go to church and you want to get the most out of that teaching from that preacher, write notes. You're going to retain the information. If you're in school, write notes. All right. So make sure every training you're on, you want to be writing notes so you retain the information. Here's the second reason why writing notes and taking notes on trainings is important. Because you're learning this information right now for you, but to build this business, guys, it's not about what you know, it's about what you can teach. So you've got to have notes to reference so you can teach. You can teach your team. Guys, if you look around, like today when I was preparing for this training, I got like so many notebooks from over the years, all the conferences I've been to, all the trainings I've been to. And I actually had to go get like a stack of notebooks because I knew I had the information I wanted in somewhere written down. So I had to just review my notes. And I was able to actually get this information from a book. Look what it says on here, guys. Let me see if y'all can see what it says. January 2017. Right? I went back to the archives. I pulled out my notes. So when I was at that training, I was learning it for me because I needed to learn how to edify, but you have to take notes so that you can teach. Okay? So remember, everything that you learn it first to learn it for yourself and then so you can teach it to other people. And they always say that the best way to make sure that you've retained information is to teach it to someone else. So if you're on it, you got kids, but when you're learning this stuff, go teach it to your kids. I know we got some teenagers on the call. Teach it to your parents, okay? Like the best way to learn is to teach. So back to edification, okay? What is edification? To give credibility to someone or something, okay? To edify is to give credibility to someone or something. I don't want you guys to only think you edify people. We do that, but we also you can edify other things. Okay, guys, make sure you're muted for me, please. Okay, am I recording? Hold on, let me make sure I'm recording. I did that last time. Can y'all tell if I'm recording? Yes, I'm recording. Okay.
Yeah, you recording.
All right, good stuff. Appreciate you. All right. To build something or someone up. Okay, to build up. Edification is to build someone up. Okay? Edification is to speak highly of someone or something. Okay? So think about it, guys. Edification is the number one skill in our business. Okay? The number one thing that you can do. I can't. While I'm sharing screen, it's driving me nuts. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So you've got to edify the people. Write this down. The person who edifies the best makes the most money. Okay? The person who edifies the best, or the people that edifies the best, because it doesn't have to be one person. But if you get good at edification and edifying other people and edifying the tools that we have, you're going to make a whole lot of money. Now, I want y'all to get excited about that. Here's why, because I didn't say you got to be the best trader. I didn't say you have to be the best speaker, the best presenter, none of that. You just got to be a good edifier, right? You've got to be good at building people up. You've got to be good at building credibility in someone else. It's the number one and most important skill in our business. I want to share you with a video with you guys. Really quickly, it's like a minute. This video is non-verbal, right? It's not going to be someone really speaking to edify, but the vibe and the feeling that's created in this video is a prime example of edification. Okay, so let's check it out real quick. Let's check it out. Here we go. Started at 1 minute, okay? Can you guys hear it?
Yes.
You want to go flat? Oh, that's all right. My phone cut off, so it's gone.
Okay, so guys, I want y'all to take a look at that, right? That video right there. Even though they weren't talking, just the highlights, right? The slow motion, the little words that they flash. When we were watching that, it made you feel like, gee, this team is good. Like, them boys good, right? They built them up. They built up their credibility in that clip, right? And they do that, you know, so that the crowd feels good, right? The crowd looks at the players and they can't wait for them to run out of the locker room. That's the same feeling that we've got to create when we are edifying, like the people that we're working with in this business, whether we're getting them on a three-way call or we're getting them on a presentation, right? You've got to start to learn how to edify. See, the reason that a lot of you guys are inviting people to calls or the presentations that we have and people are not showing up is because you're not edifying the presentation or the person doing it. You're just saying, hey, hop on this call, right? Hop on this call. That's not enough to make someone stop what they're doing in the middle of their day. They may be busy at 8 o'clock on a weeknight. They may have the kids to deal with to make them say, you know what? I'm going to stop what I'm doing and make time for this presentation. Does that make sense, guys? Like, so you've got to start to edify the presentation. You have to edify the information and the speaker, okay? Now, like I said, we're not just edifying people, we are also edifying things. So that's like the conference calls, okay? That's like if you're sending them the 8-minute video, you want to hype them. Now, we don't want to hype them where we're manipulating someone, right? Because we're not telling them something that's not true. But you've got to make people care. You've got to make them say, why should I care? Like, why should I get on this call? So you've got to get good at edification. And that's all edification is, all right? So, check this out. Why do we edify? Okay? Why do we edify? Edification gives you credibility when you have none. This is powerful, y'all, because most of you guys are brand new. Most of y'all don't have a whole lot of success yet in the business, right? You haven't done a whole lot yet. You know, you don't have a high rank yet, or you haven't made, you know, big money trading yet because you're new. But edification gives you credibility when you have none. You're able to edify the people that you're working with who have credibility. See, when you're new, you may not have success on your own. So what you're able to do is you can use the success of your sponsor or some of your teammates to gain credibility. See, one of the biggest things and flaws that most people do, and I'm guilty when I was new, is sometimes we've been taught this thing like, you gotta fake it till you make it. If you've been working with me for a while, you can know I'm not for that, right? Because the biggest way to tarnish or shoot your you know, or discredit yourself is for people to find out what you were saying isn't true. Because once your credibility is shot, it's gone forever, right? So you want to make sure that instead of trying to act like you are making thousands of dollars trading, keep it real. You're new. You haven't made that money trading yet, but the people that you're working with are. See, that allows you to gain credibility. It allows you to stay transparent, but it allows you to get yourself out of the way and plug your people into the people that you know. See, you got to realize that this thing of ours, this family of ours, we're connected to some amazing people. I don't know if you guys know, but, you know, my personal sponsor, who's all of you guys sponsor, right? Mr. Justin Owens, a good friend of mine. He's a chairman 100 in our business. That means he earns $100,000 a month, okay, from the residual side. He's 33 years old, guys, $100,000 a month. Y'all don't know, when I graduated from college, all I wanted to do was get a job to pay me $100,000 a year, and that still never happened. This guy's doing that every 30 days. He's making what people would aspire with degrees to make every year, every 30 days from the same opportunity, right? So you're connected to someone like that. If you need, like, we can literally get Justin on the phone, like, he's connected to you. But what I'm trying to say is that you are connected to these type of people. So you don't have to tell your cousin, your uncle, your coworker, like, you making $100,000. You could just say, I'm working with someone who is. You know, and I might be able to get him on the phone with you. Okay? Like myself, I'm not Justin Owens. I'm aspiring for chairman, right? But I've been blessed and fortunate to be able to attain the level of P5000, right? I'm earning $5,000 a month. That's more than any job I had paid me. I'm not gonna lie, I never worked a job with a degree that paid me $12.50 a week. I never made that in corporate
without
America.
Taxes.
Right? What's that?
I said without taxes.
Exactly, without taxes. And then because I'm a business owner, I'm taxed less, right? So you don't pay that big 28 to 33% an employee pays on taxes because you're a business owner. And everyone who knows me, and we're going to do some trainings down the line for tax time, I write off everything, right? I found a way to write off everything. So that's one of the benefits of being a home-based business. You know, you get to write off and save on taxes. Right? I've never made that kind of money in corporate America, and I'm able to do that from home, from my cell phone, right? So you guys can leverage me, because most people don't make $60,000 a year. Like, let's just be honest. Most people don't make $60,000 a year. So if you're able to say, listen, I'm working directly with someone who is able to earn $60,000 from home, from her phone, and she's teaching me how to do it, I can get you on the phone with her. That's edification. That's leveraging someone else. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Mr. David Munitier, Mr. Owens' sponsor, right? All of us are in his lineage, right? I don't like to say downline. I like to say, guys, make sure your phones are muted for me. I'm gonna make someone a host with me. So okay, I think they're muted. Pam, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
You at home or you on the road?
You can make me host.
I'm gonna make you just so you can kind of help me with that, okay?
Got you.
Appreciate you. Where are you? Where did you go? Pam Dealar, make co-host. Perfect. Thank you. That way you can just help me mute out people, because when I share my screen, I can't see anything. All right. Mr. David Munitier, he's actually, you know, all of us are in his success team, right? He sponsored Mr. Justin Owens into the business. Justin sponsored me into the business. David Munitier, guys, he's the highest paid African-American network marketer in the world. And you're in his lineage. And you're not deep down in his lineage. Like, listen to, like, it's David, right? David signed up Justin. Justin signed me up. And then somehow everyone who's on this call is connected to my success team. So you are literally connected to the highest paid Black network marketer in the world. Leverage that. Leverage that. While you don't have success stories of your own, share the success stories of the people you're attached to. Your network. Remember, your network is your net worth. Okay? So use it. Okay? Use it. Use these stories. And that's why I'm sharing some of these things with y'all. And I hope y'all are jotting it down, because you may have not known this before. But now that you know, you can leverage that in your conversations when you're talking to people. Be like, listen, I'm learning from the highest paid network marketer, Black network marketer in the world. Not in America, in the world. Okay? He's a chairman 750 here at IM. That means his base commission every single month is $750,000. per month. Let's just do the math on that really quickly. 750 grand divided by 4 weeks. That means that his checks per week are at least 187,500 a week per week. And that's not with bonuses. So it's more than that. So you could basically say at least 200,000, almost $250,000 per week. Okay. And that's someone who you're working with directly. Use that. That's edification. Okay. That's not bragging. I always say that when you tell people this kind of information and they consider it bragging, they're not the right people to talk to because their mindset is in the wrong place. They say if you surround yourself with winners, they don't consider it bragging. Like none of you guys on this call right now are probably hearing this information and think I'm bragging on. You're just like we're celebrating their accomplishments. If you're talking to people who consider that bragging, they ain't the type of people you want in your business. They ain't ready yet. And some people that you talk to just ain't ready yet. And that's fine. Okay? So you got to get good at edification. All right? You've got to edify. You've got to use your teammates, use your sponsor to be able to, this is why you have to edify. Now let's talk about how to edify. Okay? How to edify. Edify doesn't always mean, talking about people's income. I'm just sharing that with you guys because y'all are in this business and I need y'all to know that we ain't playing with people who are figuring this thing out. They're making money and they've got the blueprint. And that's why, if you can see in our team, there's always so much success all the time. Is because we're learning from people who have the results that we want, right? You got to start learning from people who have what you want. One of the mistakes we make in our life is we start to learn from people who don't have the results we want. And then we wonder, how come we end up with their results? They can only teach you what they know. Okay. So that's why you got to celebrate yourself for being on this call and saying yes to yourself, because you made a decision to stop listening to the people familiar to you and start listening to people who had what you wanted so that you can get what you want. All right. Now here's how you edify. You describe the qualities that they have and what makes them successful. Okay. Describe qualities. So this is where, high school English class, remember adjectives, right? Adjectives, a word that describes a pronoun or something like that. That's what it is. I know, do we have any of our educators on the line tonight? Raquel ain't on, huh? Or Miss Roxbury. We got some teachers on the team. But adjectives, you got to get good at, get creative. Describe qualities, okay? Talk about how they've helped you build your business, okay? Think about your sponsor, the person who got you into the business. Think about how they've been helping you since you got started, right? A lot of times, people who are looking at opportunities, they see the value in what we're doing, but the question or the thing that holds them back a lot of times is, can I do this? And will I have support if I decide to do this? So you want to edify that and let them know, listen, we've got an amazing community. We've got amazing support. We've got a culture where people are going to see you win. Okay? You got to talk about, how you're lucky to be working so closely with them and learning from them. Like I just shared with you guys. I feel honored. I feel privileged to be able to pick up my phone and call Mr. Justin Owens at any time and say, hey, J.O., how do I do this? I'm facing this issue in my business. What should I do? And then he gives me the play. And then guess what? I'm coachable and teachable, so I just run it. But I'm blessed to be able to have someone at that level of success who's on speed dial. Okay, so you got to start to, leverage these things, because you have to remember that people want to be led, but the only way they allow you to lead them is if that they feel like you going somewhere. If they don't think you going nowhere, ain't no one following you. Remember that, write that down. If you feel like you're having problems with people following you, it's because they're not sold out that you know where you're going, or that you're headed anywhere, or you can help them get where they're going. So you got to talk about how lucky you are to be learning from these people, right? But you got to be genuine. You got to be real. You got to be authentic. Y'all know how it is when you talking to someone and, you just like, yeah, right. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. You just no. You know when someone's being real. So the same thing is going to be reciprocated to you. People can tell when you being fake too. So don't be fake. Be real. Be genuine. And speak with confidence. If someone has really helped you, you ain't gonna have no problem edifying them because it's actually real. Now, what you may be able what might happen is you may be a little nervous, speaking to someone for the first time, because now you're aware that you're edifying. You might be like, oh, I don't want to do this wrong. There's no wrong way to edify, okay? If you are genuinely saying something good about someone else, you can't do that wrong. There's no wrong, okay? You've got to build up the person or the thing to create enthusiasm and curiosity in your prospect, all right? You've got to build that person up so that the person you're talking to wants to hear from this person. You want them to be curious. You want them to be excited because you're excited. Guys, when you're edifying, you got to have some energy. Remember, emotion is only energy in motion, okay? So you've got to speak with emotion. The reason that people buy into me a lot of times is because you can feel my vibe. We are on Zoom right now, and I'm sure y'all could feel my energy. Energy is not created or destroyed. It's transferred from one person to another, right? So you got to be enthusiastic. A lot of the times, guys, I'm on calls with some of y'all, and I'm hearing y'all edify, and y'all sound so bored that I bored, and y'all talking about me. Okay? So make sure that you have some energy. Okay? Make sure you're enthusiastic, guys. It's contagious. Now, what I want to do is talk about this. This is the edification triangle. This changed everything for me. Okay? This changed it all when I learned about this. Now, what's the edification triangle? It's really simple. I'm starting to hate Zoom, man. Like when you share your screen, you can't control none of the other like stuff on the screen. So, okay. I wanted to show y'all the slideshow, but I'm sure y'all can still see my screen, right? Can you guys still see it? No?
No, we see you.
Okay, now you can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this is the edification triangle. I want y'all to draw this on your paper, okay? Just draw this on your sheet of paper. Literally draw a triangle. At the top, put you. To the left, put expert. To the right, put prospect, okay? So the triangle of edification is between three people. You, your prospect, which is the person that you're sharing the opportunity with, or the person that you're trying to invite to see the information, and the expert, okay? Your expert, guys, don't always have to be your sponsor. Your expert could be anyone on the team, anyone in the business, anyone but yourself, okay? They don't have to be a high rank, none of that. Your expert can literally be anyone except you, okay? Because we're all gonna play these roles. So you, your prospect, and your expert. Now, what I want you to look at on this triangle is this. You know your prospect, right? So it's your prospect. You know this person. You've got some type of relationship with them. It might be your family member, your friend, your coworker, right? So your prospect trusts you, right? They trust you, but you may not have credibility when it comes to investing or business with them, right? They know you. That's why I say fake it till you make it don't work, because let's say you're prospecting your cousin. And let's just be real, y'all. Let's say you're prospecting your cousin and you just got started in the opportunity a week ago. And 2 weeks ago, you hit your cousin up to borrow $20 for gas. Now, you trying to get them to look at the information, but you acting like you this big investor. You this big Forex trader. And they're looking at you like, but you just borrowed $20 from me. Right? They trust you because of the relationship, but you don't have credibility with them. That's why it's so important to bring in someone else. You've got to bring in the expert. So you've got to edify the expert, right? You've got to build this person up because this is a stranger to this prospect. The prospect doesn't know the expert. So you got to build the expert up. And if you do a good job of edifying the expert, guess what you just created between the expert and the prospect? Two people who don't know each other. Respect. Your prospect now respects the expert because of what you said about them. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense to y'all? Let me look at the chat. Yes. Boom. Exactly. So that's critical. This is why edification is so important, right? People try to skip this step, right? One of the worst things y'all can do, and this is like on a three-way call, and people hate doing three-way calls because they don't understand why it's so critical, but that's why I'm going through edification. So now y'all can see why you're not closing more deals, because you're trying to close your prospect yourself. They trust you, they hear you, but you ain't got no credibility when it comes to this. You've got to put them on the phone with someone else who you've built up. Now they respect this person. Now this person can go ahead and close the deal for you. Y'all follow me? If that makes sense, y'all drop some 7s in the chat. Okay? If that's making sense. Awesome. So one of the number one reasons when I see people who are, sharing the information, but they're not getting any deals closed, and then they start to reach out to me like, yo, Sophie, man, what happened? People ain't joining. They're getting on the calls, but they're not getting started. I almost always know that they're not getting someone else on the phone. They're trying to close the deal themselves, and it just doesn't work. Now, you may be able to close 1 out of 10 by yourself, but your ratio is not going to be high by yourself. You've got to bring someone else. Guys, it's happened to you. If you've ever been to a car dealership, if you've ever bought a car, right? You go to the car lot, one of the car salesmen come and shows you the car. He takes you on the test drive, right? You come back in, and now it's time to talk numbers. Now it's time for you to figure out, what price they're going to give you to buy that car. Guys, not every single time you've done that, they always say, hold on, let me get my manager. They always bring a third party in the room who makes you feel like now he's giving you the best deal. It's psychology. This isn't accidental. It's because this is how the human brain works. This is how we work as human beings. We typically, right? We're going to listen to a manager, the expert, because he said he can give you $2,000 off that car. You now believe him like, okay, the manager give me the deal. Let me buy the car. When the car salesman know that they was going to take $2,000 off, but he don't tell you that, he bring the manager in to make you feel a different type of way. It's the same thing. Okay? It's the same exact thing. So you talking to your prospect about this opportunity. They like it, Now you've got to say, hold on, let me get you on the phone. I'm still new. Let me get you on the phone with, someone who has 100% of the correct information, who's been doing it longer than I have, has made more money than I have. I prefer for them to, tell you, next steps. Get someone else on the phone. Let the expert close the deal for you. Okay? That's how it's going to work every single time. So just remember this triangle. And every time you try to close a deal on your own, think about the triangle, because it's going to stop you. Because now you're standing in your own way. Now you are self-sabotaging. Right? Right now, even on my chairman run right now, I still get people on a 3-way call. If it's my own guest. I would still get Justin on the phone, Dr. Carl Calhoun on the phone to close my deals. Yes, I know all the information. Yes, I can close it myself, but I understand that the reason I got to P5000 was by doing 3-way calls. I'm not going to stop doing it, right? If something's working, y'all, don't change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? Mr. Owens at Chairman 100 still goes ahead and gets Mr. Imanitier on a call. When I joined this business, guys, guess who did my 3-way? Justin called me. Then he called Mr. Imanitier, and Mr. Imanitier, by the time he was finished with me on that phone, I was like, I'm in. I know Justin, I was already in, but he still followed the system at Chairman 100. So if you're Platinum 150 or not even Platinum 150 right now, guys, you can't reinvent the wheel. That's the quickest way to slow down your own success. Okay? So edification builds a team culture. Here's another reason why edification is important. Not only does it work to close the deal, but guess what it does for the prospect? So now think about it being, you being the prospect, or let's just switch hats for a second. Let's say you're the person being prospected and someone puts you on a 3-way call with an expert. Guess what that does for your prospect now? It makes your prospect say, wow, I don't have to do all the work. I just got to get my people on the phone with someone else. See, a lot of times when we do a whole lot of talking, our prospects want to do the business, but then they don't do it because they say, if I got to do what she just did, I can't do it. Like, I got to do all that talking, I ain't doing it. That's not me. I'm not good at this. That's how people prejudge this information and don't get started. But if you say to them, and I literally say this on 3-way calls, when I'm doing a 3-way for someone, like after I've already answered their questions and I know they're in, I'll say to them, so do you see an opportunity for yourself? They say, yes. You ready to get started? Yes. And say, so listen, all you've got to do is exactly what Pam did. Pam got you on the phone with me. You asked your questions. I answered all your questions. Now you're getting started and Pam is going to get the credit. I'm going to do the exact same thing for you. Now that prospect is excited because you just told them you're going to do the heavy lifting for them. Now they're like, okay, now I can do this. All right? Without doing that, guys, the prospect feels like they got to do everything you're doing, which is talking a lot. People don't want to do that. So you're standing in your own way and you're talking yourself out of a deal. Do the three-way calls. It works. Okay? This is critical. Guys, if you master this alone, now I want all y'all to be master traders. But if you master this alone, y'all can go chairman. You can go chairman just off edification. Okay? So what does edification do? It builds credibility. It helps to reduce nervousness for you. Because guys, one of the reasons why we're scared to share this opportunity is because you're scared of, you wonder if I'm going to say the right thing. Am I going to mess it up? Right? Like, I'm not good at talking. Don't talk. Just edify and be quiet. Let me talk. Let your sponsor talk. I don't mind. Okay? It helps you to reduce nervousness. So now you literally just have to make an introduction and get out the way. And edification builds trust. Because now your prospect sees that you are connected to some amazing people and you about to plug them in. Write this in your notes. Be the plug. Be the plug. Okay? All you got to do is be the plug. Connect people. That's it. Connect someone who needs something with someone who can solve that problem. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to be the solution. Just connect them to someone who has it. Be the plug. We're literally living in the connection economy. Okay? What do I mean? In 2020, this is the connection economy. That's what I call it. Think about Uber, right? Uber is the largest transportation company in the world, and they don't own no cars. They literally connect people who need a ride with people who got cars, and they're $1 billion company. Airbnb is the same exact thing. They're the largest, hotel company in the world right now, and they don't even own no properties. They connect people who need a place to stay with people who have a place to stay. Billions of dollars. So now what we're doing is we're connecting people who need to make some extra money, right? With an opportunity that allows them to make some extra money, get rich. Guys, it's as simple as that. It's just don't overthink this. When we start overthinking this thing, this is when we make it complicated. Okay? That's all you got to do. Get good at building people up. If you're a person with a pure heart, with a good heart, this is easy. Okay? I always say this. I have an acronym that I use. It's KLT. KLT. People have to know you, like you, and trust you before they'll ever do business with you. Remember that, y'all. That's not just in this business, that's in life. People will never do business or spend money with you if they don't know you, if they don't like you, and if they don't trust you. So as long as they know you, like you, and trust you guys, they will pay you. That's the way I was able to build a business on social media. Because through my content, I was able to get people to know me because I was always in their face. I'm genuine, so they were able to start to like me. And I've been consistent so long that they trust me. So when someone hits me up and like, I'm ready to get started, they ready to go. They ain't questioning my integrity because I've already built that rapport. And I'm not even doing it in real life. I'm doing it through a computer, through my phone. All right? So know you, like you, trust you, then they'll do business with you. So I want to run through a quick edification script, and then I'm going to share a story, and then we're almost done. Okay? So here's the edification script, guys. Screenshot this. Okay? Screenshot it, and someone drop it in the Project 1000 group so everyone can have it. Now, of course, you're going to tweak it and make it, you don't want to sound like a robot, right? And it's going to get better with practice. The more you edify, it's going to become second nature. It's going to start rolling off your tongue. But for you guys who this is new to, use this as a script. Try to not sound like you're reading it. But even if you just read it, guess what? The person who you're talking to don't know, especially if you're doing it over the phone. So here's how it goes. It goes something like this. Hey, you're talking to somebody like, hey, listen, I'm so glad I got us connected. Malik, this is say, John, I want to introduce you to Pam. I know Pam has a really busy schedule, so to be able to get some of her time is really awesome, right? Pam is extremely humble, down to earth. She's positioned herself to make a ton of money, and she knows 100% of the information. She really loves helping people, and she's a blast to be around because she loves having fun. So hang on a second. Let me get Pam on the line. Guess what? John is waiting to hear from Pam. We just built Pam up. She sounds awesome. One, she sounds busy, so he's going to respect her time. You telling her she's humble and down to earth, so he knows like you don't have to be nervous. She's cool, right? She's positioned herself to make a ton of money. Now, here's why this is so critical, guys. Using the phrase, position herself to make a ton of money. That means that you could have just started this opportunity today, and I can say that about you. I'm not saying that you're making a ton of money. You position yourself. You put yourself in a position to learn a multi-million-dollar skill set. So you've positioned yourself to make a ton of money. You didn't have to make the money yet, but you positioned, okay? And you know 100% of the information. People like to know that they're talking to people who like helping people, right? And they like to know people who like to have fun. So guys, this script right now is a framework for you to edify anybody. You can literally say this about anybody, all right? And it's gonna work. It's gonna get the person you're talking to to be like, all right, I'm interested to hear what this person has to say, okay? So, quick second. Malik, you there, bro?
I'm here, Soph.
Where you at?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Loud and clear. What's up?
Okay, cool. So, Malik, I'm gonna share a little bit with your story. I know Malik for a while. Me and Malik have been working together, right? And guys, Malik is one of the best edifiers I know. Every time Malik calls me for a 3-way call, I'm like, this guy can edify. And I'm gonna just share something with y'all. Malik stutters, right? So even though something that most people would think is a flaw, right? It doesn't matter. Even if he's stuttering when he's edifying, the way he edifies is so powerful that it doesn't even matter. So Malik,
Yo,
let's go ahead and just role play with me really quick.
let's go.
Just to, I just want them to hear you edify, right? Make sure you know what I always tell you. Don't get excited, go slow, so we're crystal clear, okay? So let's go ahead. So Malik, you calling me right now to edify me to put like a prospect on the phone. Hey Malik, what's up?
How you doing? So how's it going? How you feeling today?
I'm amazing, man. I feel like a giant. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling wonderful right now, man. I'm feeling amazing right now.
Awesome. What's going on?
Check it out. I mean, I know you're kind of busy and all that, man. Like, I know that you got a super busy schedule right now. Check it out. I met this girl named Pam on Facebook. Now, Pam, she's very interested in opportunity. Like, she's a real go-getter, but she got like 4 or 5 kids going down. Now, you said, if I know anybody that's interested in opportunity, that I want to learn a new skill to pass them to you. So, Pam, I want to pass Pam to you so you pretty much got her how you got it me. That's okay with you?
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Definitely.
Pam, this is Sophie right here. Sophie's been blessed and fortunate to have a tremendous amount of success. She's been helping me and thousands of others across the nation. I mean, this girl, you definitely want to talk to her. I'm not sure I was still new. So here's the deal. She can definitely answer all your questions and all your concerns to help you start in the right way. Sophie, can you please help her like you helped me?
I got you, Malik. Hey, Pam, what's up? Awesome job. Y'all drop some flames in the chat for Malik, man. Like, even though he has it's no big deal. You can hear he's passionate, he's believable, he's genuine, and he built me up so much that person didn't even know that he was stuttering. They just like, who is this girl he about to put me on the phone with? Okay? And he's a great edifier. He's a great edifier. Like, Malik is one of the best edifiers I know. Every time he gets me on a 3-way call, it's the same exact thing.
Hey, folks, that's usually what they say too.
See? I told you. So exactly. So Malik, big ups to you, bro. Awesome. See, he's passionate about it. And all it is building someone up. See, what you got to do is, because he's building me up, or the person who he's putting on the phone, he's not focused on himself stuttering. He's more focused on making sure that this person knows that I'm plugging you in with someone who can help you. And I love the line that he uses all the time. He said, listen, Sophie, I just wanted to know if you can help her like you've been helping me. Guess what? That person on that call is like, oh my God, who is this person? And they about to help me. So he's already set the tone for the conversation. So when I start to talk, the person's already receptive. Their guard is down. They're receptive to what I'm about to say. But without the edification, guys, guess how it would go, right? Thanks, Malik. James, unmute yourself for me if you got a minute. You there? Can't hear him. Can't hear you, James.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just picking on you for a second. Like, you ain't
No
got to do
problem.
nothing. I'm going to just use you, right? So, guys, I just want to show y'all the flip side of that without edification. So let's just say I was calling James to put James on the phone with Malik. Malik is my prospect. James is the expert, right? So I'm going to be like, ring, ring, ring. Hey, James, what's up?
Hey, Sophie, how's it going?
I'm amazing, man. Listen, I got Malik. I showed him the video. Hold on for him right quick. Y'all see how that's like, oh, what? You know what Malik is saying? Malik is like, who is James? And why should I care? Why is she putting me on the phone with him? Now your prospect is like annoyed. They're not receptive to the information. They just like, who is James? Right? I didn't want to talk to no James, right? So the edification, guys, is the difference between, you know, you dunking the ball or trying to shoot a half-court shot. And if you just edify, guys, you're increasing your chances of getting a positive response at the end of that phone call just by edifying. So what you never want to do is never put someone on the phone without edifying. It's the worst thing you could do. Absolute worst thing you could do. Right? I had a coach before before he used to, if you put him on a three-way call and you don't edify him, like if you do just what I did, he would literally hang up the phone and act like the phone cut off because you setting up the call to fail, right? Because the person now doesn't want to talk to you, so it's best to just get off the phone. So never, ever, ever, ever not edify y'all, okay? Trust me, please don't do it because now you're making your expert have to say, hey, I'm Sophie. You know how weird that is? Like if I did that and then James have to come on the phone like, hey, Malik, what's going on, bro? Yeah, I work with Sophie and like, you shouldn't make that person do that. You've got to set it up, okay? You got to set it up almost like volleyball, right? You got to set it up for the smash. So like the way Malik did it, he's setting the call to go the direction that we wanted to go in, all right? Good stuff, Malik. Awesome. Now, we almost to the end, guys. We almost to the end. So what do we edify? Okay, what do we edify? We edify the opportunity and the skill set, right? You want to edify that this is a multi-million-dollar skill set, okay? That you can turn your phone into an ATM. Like edify, you know, don't just say, hey guys, I'm Forex trading, because most people don't even know what that is. So that's not edifying. That's almost like what that is. Or if they've heard anything about Forex and they've been misinformed, because you said Forex, now they're already prejudging the information like, nah, I don't want to hear about it. What I would recommend is when you're prospecting people, guys, for the first time, don't even mention the word Forex. You know, you can say, hey, I'm learning a multi-million-dollar skill set. They're going to want to know what that is. And in order for them to know what that is, they got to get on the call. Okay? So edify the skill set, edify the opportunity. Or you can say, listen, you know, I'm a part of a program where, you know, I'm positioning myself to make some great residual income that can actually replace my full-time income or something like that. You know, you want to edify the opportunity.
Hey, so
hang on a second for me. You want to edify the videos, okay? We've got a 8-minute video. If you guys are not aware, we have an 8-minute video that you can share with people like prior to them getting on a presentation, okay? It's iampresentation.com. Just dropped it in the chat. 8-minute video that goes over the opportunity. It's super, I've enrolled so many people. Actually, when I first joined to P1000, everyone I got who signed up from the 8-minute video. Because I wasn't doing presentations yet. I was new. Okay, and in our organization, we didn't have like these presentations every single day. I was literally sending people, I would edify the video, send them the video, then when they watched it, I would actually get them on a 3-way call with Mr. Owens to close them. And I was able to enroll 30 people into my business like that. Okay, with the 8-minute video. So don't sleep on these tools. The tools are there to help you work smarter instead of harder. The reason that we got a video is so that every time you pick up the phone to call someone, you ain't got to be doing a presentation. You should be on the phone with people 1 to 2 minutes and then sending them to something else. It's called peak interest and pass. So peak interest and pass them to something other than you. Pass them either to a tool like a video or pass them to someone else, which is the next thing. You edify your sponsor or your teammate on a 3-way call. Okay? You want to edify the person like Malik just did. And then you also heard in that edification, guys, he did the fourth step, which is he edified the prospect. So what does that mean? You wanna see, the reason that you've got to edify both people is this. If you're edifying me and you're building me up and you don't edify the prospect, it's almost making them feel like they're less than. Like, oh, you're building up this other person, so you're making this person feel smaller and smaller and smaller. So you got to edify them too, so they know like it's a level playing field. So like Malik said, he edified me, and then he said, Sophie, this is Pam, man, she's a go-getter. You know, she's this, she's that. He edified her back. So that's important. So make sure you do that. When you're introducing your prospect to your expert, you want to say, hey, you know, Sophie, she's helping a lot of people. You know, she loves having fun and she's making a great income. And I know that I know you, Pam, you know, you're the type of person who sees an opportunity or recognizes one when you see them, and you're willing to put the work in, and you about your paper. So I knew that if I connected you guys, y'all can make something special happen. You see what I'm saying? So you want to edify both people. All right. Now, here's the part of this whole puzzle that most people try to skip. I skipped three-way calls for a whole year when I first started network marketing, and I failed miserably. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I didn't want to do three ways. You know why? Because I said, man, I'm from the Bahamas and these people are Americans, and my people, they ain't gonna hear it like this. I got to talk to them different. All of us say that, right? If you've ever said that before, like your people are different, they got to hear it from you. Drop some twos in the chat, because I know all of us are guilty. We all say, man, I can't get them on a three-way because they different. My people, like, you know, they a little different. I got to relate to them. Right? We all say that. But here's why three ways are so important. Now you should see that edification triangle, so now you get it, right? You understand that it's a reason why you got to bring an expert in or a third party in. But here's also why three ways are one of your biggest learning tools in this business. And if anyone is on here who's ever done a three-way with me or with anyone, tell me this is in facts. Three-way calls allow you to develop your knowledge and language. When you're on a three-way call and you're hearing the expert do the call, you're learning. You're hearing what they're saying. You're hearing the terms they're saying. You're hearing the little phrases. You're learning how to do a three-way. Okay? You learn more on a real call than on a training call. Even though we're doing this whole call tonight on edification in three ways, you're going to learn more about a three-way when you actually do it. Promise you. When I first started doing three ways with like my mentors, when I first started IM and I was doing calls with Mr. Owens, while he was doing the three-way call, because after you edify and introduce, you don't have to speak again ever. You mute your phone, okay? While he was doing his thing, I had pen and paper and I was writing down the little phrases. I was writing down the little notes so that, because I know eventually I got to do three ways for you guys, for the team. So I was learning from him. The best way to learn how to do three ways, guys, is to do them. Get on the three-way call with your mentor. Hear what they're saying. You're going to learn how to do a call. If you never do three-way calls, you'll never know how to do a three-way call either. All right? Three-way calls are an effective use of time. You can start building right away. That's why I was saying that even like Jihad, he's our newest team member, right? I think him and Edie, right? Both of them started today. You can start building your business today, even though you started today, knowing absolutely nothing. Because guess what? All you've got to do is connect. You know how to edify now. So like Jihad, I know Suzette is your sponsor. Edify Suzette and then get Suzette on the phone. She's going to do all the work for you. She's been doing this for 6-7 months. So now you just let her do the work and you listen. You do enough three ways, guys, you become a master at a three-way yourself. When people are nervous as heck to do three ways, it's only because they haven't done enough with their mentor. That's why they don't know how to do it. All right? So remember that. When you hear your sponsor on a three-way, now you know what you're supposed to be saying. Note takers are money makers. So when you're doing three-way calls, have a piece of paper and a pen so you can write down little things. It's little things that you would hear. Like there was something Mr. Owen said on a three-way when I first started this that I had never heard before, like from my other company, is he was talking to the person, and then at the end of the call, like the person was all in, they saw the value, they liked it, and then he straight up asked them this. He said, so let me ask you a quick question. how does the 235 fit into your budget? And I was like, that's a smooth way to ask them if they got 235, right? Without having to say, do you have 235 right now, or is it 235 a problem? He was just say, how does it fit into your budget? And the person was like, it fits into my budget. He said, okay, great then. Well, Sophia's gonna send you her link and get you started. And I was like, that was smooth. And from that day, I started using that same line. But if I hadn't done the three-way, I would have never known to do that. So just keep that in mind, okay? Use these things as learning tools. All right? Now here's three-way etiquette and we're done. Okay? This is important. Screenshot this too. It's important because if you don't use proper three-way etiquette, guys, you could kill the whole call. You've got to make sure that your prospect has seen some info before the three-way call. Guys, never, ever, ever put a prospect on the phone with your sponsor and they don't know nothing about nothing. You're wasting everyone's time because the prospect is not going to sign up if they don't know nothing. The expert is not about to do a full presentation for this one person and we have a call at 8 o'clock every day. Or at least send them the 8-minute video. Make sure the prospect has seen, they have to be exposed to the information before you get them on a three-way. And if you guys are working directly with me, if you ever hit me up and say, hey, Sophie, I need you for a three-way, I'm always gonna ask you, what have they seen? And you gotta say, they've seen the video or they've been on the call last night or something. Because if they haven't seen the information, I'm not getting on the phone. It's a waste of time, okay? So make sure the prospect has seen some info before the three-way. Second thing, super important, schedule the time for the call with your prospect and the expert. Nothing is worse and more frustrating for you than if you set up a three-way call with your prospect and then you can't get no expert to do the call. But that's no one's fault because you didn't schedule it. This is a business. You got to plan your work and work your plan. Schedule it. If someone sees a presentation right now at 10:14 and they're on the call, guess what? You don't have to get them on the phone in 3 minutes. Schedule it. You're a business person. People actually prefer people who are busy, right? If you say, hey, can you get on the phone right now? They know you ain't got nothing to do and you banking on them. So sometimes, even if I ain't busy, I'll tell a person, listen, if it was 10 in the morning, I wouldn't do it at 10 at night. But if it was 10 in the morning, I'd be like, hey, what's your availability this afternoon between 1 and 2? I might be doing anything right now. But because I need you to respect my time, I'm not just here waiting on you. I got to schedule it. And then I also got to reach out to whoever's my expert's going to be and make sure they're available. So schedule the time. Once you've set up the time that works with both your expert and your prospect, just remember to text a few minutes before the call, okay? You want to text the expert and be like, hey, don't forget we got a call in 10 minutes. Be like, all right, cool. I'd like you to do that, especially for me, because I'm always moving and I'm always doing some Zooms or something. So text me so I can make sure I'm done and ready for your call, all right? Here's the next thing. When you're doing the three-way, guys, you always call the prospect first, okay? Now, if you're brand new to doing three-ways, your sponsor probably say, call me first so that they can brief you. But we're doing this training tonight, so now you don't have to do that, right? You want to call the prospect first. When they answer, you basically want to be telling them, you want to edify at that point. So when you call your prospect, you then edify your expert. Don't ever say upline because people always associate upline with one of them things. Okay? So just remember, we're trying to minimize losses and maximize profits, right? So you don't want to use upline. People just prefer, they just don't like it, don't do it. Don't say upline, don't say downline. Just say business partner, or my coach, my mentor, but not upline. Okay? Or you can say someone who I'm working with, like just don't use upline. But call the prospect first, edify the expert, and then you call the expert. What I usually prefer is for you to not edify me while I'm on the phone, just because for the prospect, sometimes it can seem like fake. Because it's like, oh, you just hyping this person. Like if I'm not on the phone and you're edifying me, guess what? The prospect thinks it's genuine. They know it's genuine. But when you're doing it, like, I just prefer, and sometimes it makes you super nervous to edify with the person hearing. So just edify before you put me on the phone and then call me and be like, I'm already ready for your call. So I know you're about to call me. So I know you're calling me with the prospect. So when you call me, now you'll be like, hey, Soph, I've got, Pam on the other line. I've already edified you. And I'm like, all right, cool. Then you merge the call. You're like, hey, Sophie, this is Pam. Pam, this is Sophia. I was just telling you about Sophia. This is Pam, super go-getter. This is when you edify the prospect. Okay, so you've already edified the expert to the prospect. Then you call the expert, edify the prospect, and then, guys, this is the most important thing to do. Mute your phone. Just press mute on your phone and never interrupt during the call. Okay? Once you pass the call to the expert, don't say nothing else. It don't matter if you feel, and the reason I tell you to mute your phone is because sometimes something might be happening in the call and you feel like interjecting. If you are mute, we can't hear you. The worst thing to do is interrupt the expert during the call. Just don't do it. Trust me. Run the play. Don't interrupt during the call. Unless the expert says specifically like, hey, Malika, you still there? Then Malika be like, yeah, I'm here, Soph. What's up? I'll be like, okay, I need you to do this, this, and this. It's a directive. But if I'm talking to the prospect, you know, you're not just supposed to say, yeah, Sophie, and tell them about this. No, I'm the expert. The reason sometimes I'm not telling people about certain things on the call at a certain time is because based on what they've already told me, I know not to go that way. Sometimes we talk ourselves out of the deal. All right? So let the expert be the expert. Just mute your phone. All right? And the last thing is this. If you want your business to grow, do as many three-way calls as possible. Okay? Do as many 3 ways as possible. If you aren't doing 3 ways, your business probably ain't growing. I'm just being honest. If you've been at the same position or have the same amount of people in your team, it's because you ain't doing no 3-way. You can go P150, which is 3 people, by yourself. You can. But you ain't going to go P600 or P1000 without 3-way calls. It's not going to happen. Or if it happens, it's going to take you a long time. Okay? It doesn't have to take you a long time. All right? Guys, this ain't hard. It's not easy, but it's not hard. It's simple. If you master these couple skills, edification, 3-way calls, getting people in front of the information, you go chairman. You could go chairman. All right? So I'm going to open it up for like 10 minutes for some Q&A if y'all got some questions. And then we're done with this part of the training. And if you're done with this, you can feel free to hop off. But for anyone who wants to stay on after, you're more than welcome to stay on. We're going to look at a couple of charts, maybe for like 20 minutes. I want to show you some stuff about support and resistance.
So
new people, all right? Okay, I see.
Yo,
What's
so
up? That's Malik? Yeah, what's up,
that's
Malik?
me, yeah. I just want to say one thing.
What's up?
It's all new people. When you have, I mean, like I said, she said the key to building business is edification. One thing about education that I learned, and reason why I mastered it so much, because when you edify, you're not doing no work. When you edify the presentation, you're not doing no work. When you edify the video, not doing no work. Only thing you're literally doing is telling the person, yo, watch this video. It changed my life. It may change yours. That's it. When you edifying, you're simply just, yo, passing them on. Anything but you're not doing no work. Put the work on everybody else. That's what I do. Look what I do. I put the work on everybody. I'm not doing nothing but making money. Even my trading, I ask, yo, it's a good trade or not? Like, I'm not doing no work at all. I want to make money, not work. Like one thing about Sophie said before, told me, said, Malik, I would do anything. You said you want something that works, anything that works but you.
Yeah, I said something has to work, just not me.
Exactly. That's edification.
Nah, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Malik. That's powerful, man. Thanks for sharing that, bro. Thanks for sharing. So if anybody, sorry, I didn't mean to click unmute on that person, whoever I just clicked that to. But if y'all got any questions, questions, comments, concerns, anything from the training tonight, like anything, now is the time. Don't be shy, be family. I see some, let me see what y'all saying in the chat. I see the chat. Let's see, good stuff, good info. I needed this. Okay, awesome insights.
So I got one thing.
Okay, sorry.
Hello,
Go ahead, Kenny.
So I got one tip. I would say, especially for me, because I'm speaking, for myself, but
Okay.
I can take this advice as well. I would say to also broaden your vocabulary. Like, when you use nice, exotic words, it helps with the presentation. It helps with, I don't know.
No,
I just
I feel
yeah.
you. I feel you. Like we say, you get some good adjectives, right? Like,
Yeah,
like,
there we go. There we go.
for real, so that you can, you can edify the presentation and the person without it sounding so basic, right? It makes the person feel like, gee, like I want to hear that. Like sometimes, like, and it's just the tonality too that you use. Like Malik, when he was doing the edification, you see how he was like she's helping people. Like his tonality made it believable, So definitely. So that's a good point too, Sade. Appreciate you for sharing, man. And it's all about becoming better, right? It's all about growing. And that's the whole goal, is to evolve and grow in this process. Y'all see my shirt say trust the process? That's literally what you got to do. Like, trust the process. Everyone who's good at anything started off bad. Remember that. Everyone who's good started off bad. I always say every master was once a disaster. Okay? So don't think that you're supposed to just wake up and be great at it. You got to be bad first. But you know how you go from bad to good? Practice. You know how you go from good to great? Keep doing it. So just remember that. Like, so don't beat yourself up if you feel like, oh, I can't do it good yet. The only way you're going to get good at it is to do it. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's see something. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I stutter, and I'm also very young. So I feel like people won't take me seriously when it comes to prospecting, as I mostly prospect when I go out. What do you suggest I do to change this? Thank you. That's Tiara. What's up, Tiara? Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being brave and asking your question. That's what I'm talking about. So any leaders on the call, I'm going to reread it, and anyone who feels like answering, feel free to answer, okay, before I answer. So I stutter, and I'm young, because Tiara's 17, okay? So she feels like people won't take her seriously when it comes to prospecting. What would you suggest I do to change this? First of all, some people will take you. First of all, your peers, prospect your peers, I would say, first, right? Because the people in your age bracket, they don't know nothing about this. So I need you to have the confidence to know that you got what they need. You ain't need them, they need you. Okay? You're tapping into a multi-million-dollar skill set at 17. Now, nothing's wrong with college guys, don't get me wrong. But while they're just trying to figure out what degree they're going to get and what job they're going to get, when you're figuring out how to not work, or how to put money to work for you. So know that you doing the right thing, and know that you got one up on them all. So if they don't take you serious, it's okay for now. You're going to be consistent long enough, and when your results show up, they will pay attention. Trust me. They will.
Hey, Tiara, here's what I do with the stuttering thing. Use that. When you stutter, people think of it as, and you're hyped like me, people think of it as enthusiastic as hell. I learned that from the guy from Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. Be as enthusiastic as possible. Stutter your ass off, because they're gonna use that as what? Oh, this girl. Why are you super excited? Simple.
Wow, that's Malik giving the bars. He said
That's a good way to look at it. That's actually a good way to look at it.
For sure. Be excited, and you just that excited. So they don't know. Remember, we think about these things. Here's something I learned, and it can help everyone. All suffering comes from self-absorption. Okay? I'll repeat that. All suffering comes from self-absorption. What that means is that when we inflict pain on ourselves, it's because we're thinking about ourselves, right? We are, so if you're thinking about, gee, like I stutter, it's because you're thinking about you. Don't think about you, and think about what that other person needs to hear. Like, I know someone shared that with me when I was like first doing like a training in front of a room, right? Like public speaking, and I was nervous. I was scared. I was like sweating bricks. Like, it was bad. And the person said to me, he said, Sophie, you're suffering right now and torturing yourself right now before you go do this training because you're thinking about yourself, right? You're thinking about how you sound, how they're going to think about you. Like, if you saying it right, he said, you're self-absorbed. Now shift your focus from yourself and think about the people in the audience and what they need to hear from you. If you switch from thinking about yourself and start to think about the others, that all of that goes away. So keep that in the back of your mind, y'all. Like, all suffering comes from self-absorption. Like, it's about us thinking about us. And if we think about ourselves less and start to think about others more, all that stuff goes away. All right, great question, Tiara. I hope that helped. Okay, she said thanks. So I guess that helped. So
Yeah, thank you so much.
no problem. Alcatel 1X says, how soon as a new person should I switch my focus to getting on three-way calls? I would say, Alcatel, if you don't mind, who's your sponsor? Because I don't know who it is. Okay, KK? Okay, so well, you got the perfect sponsor because KK is all about launching. Okay, oh, what's up, LaDawn? KK is all about launching people's business quick because when she first started the business, she moved slow, right? But when she decided she was about to build, she saw it take off in 30 days. Like KK literally went from P150 to P1000 in 30 days. And I mean, she right there at P2. She break all my records, right? Like, and I couldn't believe it, but it's because she understands the power of the launch, which means if you're new, immediately what you need to be doing is getting people in front of the information. So LaDawn, the question is right now. I know you've been in like a week, maybe today makes a week for you. What we need to do is link up with KK after this call and look at your calendar. And that's something I'm going to encourage all of y'all to do, actually. Look at your calendar for the next 7 days, this upcoming week, and pick a day. Actually, let's do it together as a team right now. We're going to pick a day where we're going to launch everybody. Let's do
July 26th.
That's 2 weeks from now. That's too far. Next week, we're doing this bad boy. July 26th, Malik, we got to do that before that because that's when your goal's supposed to be done. So we got to do this. Let's do next week, Wednesday. Okay, so the 22nd, guys, write that down. July 22nd, we're going to do a team launch. What a launch is basically where you focus in on a particular day and you're going to invite as many people as possible to that particular call to see the information. Remember, you don't have to do nothing except invite them. So guess what? Invite them and edify the presentation. Like, you got to be on this call on Wednesday. And you got to make it seem like you don't know when you're going to have another call like this. You got to make it. Clear your schedule. Everyone invite to a call on Wednesday the 22nd. We'll do the presentation. I'll make sure I have 3 or 4 great testimonials. And we're going to rock out the presentation. And we're going to close some people in all of y'all business. Okay? But the key is to get them in front of the information. Don't try to present yourself, just invite them to the call. So now that we're at the weekend, I'm doing a presentation tomorrow. We have a few presentations with Kevin Howell tomorrow and Sunday that you can plug guests into. But focus all your efforts, guys, on the 22nd, okay? I'm gonna come up with some flyer. If you wanna participate, text your sponsor tonight or drop in the group tonight. No, text your sponsor. It's gonna get overwhelmed. Text your sponsor tonight and let them know I want to launch. Text them right now, actually. And then what I'll do is I'll get all of those names from the leaders and I'll actually make a flyer for everybody with your picture on it for your launch. Now, we're gonna be launching together on one call, but your prospects don't know. They just think you launching by yourself, right? So because your flyer is gonna have your face, but we're all gonna launch together on the 22nd. All right, so just text your sponsor right now, let them know I want to launch. You don't have to, guys. It's not required. But if you're trying to go 2 and 3, if you're trying to rank up, you will want to launch. So LaDawn, as quickly as possible, get as many people on that call as possible and then get them on the phone with KK. She will close them. She's a closing beast. So she will close them. If you get them in the front of the information and then get them on the phone with KK, they coming in your business. The only thing that will stop them is if they don't have the money. And sometimes we can figure out how to help them get started. All right. Nicole, Sophia, what's some suggestions on how to address prospects that can't use their own card to sign up? And you have to explain to them the fact that the account has to be in the name of the card holder. The way I would break it down to them is to say, we have some options. If they don't have a card at all, it's gonna be a challenge. I mean, we can still get around it. Now you do want to have someone have a card on file, so when their monthly payment is due, they can auto bill, right? So that you're not dealing with people just being in for 1 month. Because we do have an option to get people started through Bitcoin, where they can basically send the cash and then we can process the transaction. But if they physically don't have a card in their name, it's going to be super tough every month to be tracking them down to get them to send their $175 a month. That's something that's doable, but that's not preferred. Now, what I would tell them is I get a little hesitant when I come across these situations, because when some people hear this, they may not want to go through with it anymore because it won't be in their name. Let me think about that, Nicole. That's a good question. I just basically tell them, listen, we're learning about the financial markets and you want your bank account to be in your name. Would you really, would you open an account in someone else's name and let them have access to all your money? Like, ain't no one trying to do that. So you got to try to make it seem that way, because this is the financial markets. It is the academy. Yeah, that's just a rule. The account name, the name on the account has to be the account holder. Now, they have the option, if they don't have a card, if they got someone who they really trust, who they put in the account in, they can do that for the customer side. But if they get to the point where they want to start making money, they've got to understand as well that their checks or their direct deposit going in that person's name. So it's up to their honor code for them to give them their money. Because if I go to Chairman 100 in someone else's account, I know I'm gonna have to run them down to get my $100 grand a month, because they're gonna go missing, right? So you just gotta kind of think about that, or talk them through that process. That this is like, investment, so they might want to just take the time to go get an account. But we can enroll someone with cash. If you got someone who don't have a card, get the cash from them. Then contact me, because you can send me the cash. I'll be able to buy Bitcoin and enroll them that way through cash. And then they have 30 days to get a card on file, but at least they can get access right away. I'm pretty calm. How do I edify energetically? Leonard, be you. If you're calm, you don't have to, you want it to be genuine. So if like you're a calm person, all of a sudden you're talking like this, the person would be like, what got into you? Right? Just be you. Just edify. You don't have to be super hyper, but you can still use your tonality to exude passion, So you just want to be authentic to who you are, but just build up that person where you're not sounding like you really don't. You just don't want to sound like, I don't really even want to be saying this. Just be believable. This is definitely.
Got it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hey, Soph.
Yeah, what's up?
I got a quick tip about edification.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Hold that right second, and let me just get through these questions, and we'll end with that. Okay, Malik? Okay, I have someone I want you to do a 3-way with. I got you, Critique. This is definitely outside of my comfort zone, but up for the challenge. You don't like talking to people. That's okay. I was the shyest person you knew. 5 years ago, guys, I never used to talk. Like, I know y'all can't believe it, but it's true. But when I know that my goals was on the other side of talking to people, I started loving talking to people. Because if I knew that not talking to people was going to keep me broke, it changed pretty quickly. So once your reason why is great enough, you will do it. And then you got a great support system of people who's going to make sure we help you, enjoy the process. How do you address the prospects that ask though, well, how much money do you make? That's when you use leverage. You lean on. You say, listen, I just got started a week ago. I haven't made any money yet. I'm still learning. But, I have a ton of business partners I'll be more than happy to get you on the phone with who've done, $300, $700 in a day, $5,000 a day, $100,000 in a day. I mean, who do you want to talk to? Now you just took it off of you. You're honest. You're new. You haven't made no money yet. Like, that's cool. And you've got, don't say this to a person, guys, but have the posture and the mindset of, what does how much money I make have to do with how much money you got me? It's unrelated. And something one of the chairmen told me, they told us, it was like, when people ask you that question, you could ask them to see their W-2, like, how much money do you make at work? They ain't want to show you that, so don't ask me how much money I make in my business. Okay? Cash App card works. James, I did not know that. Good to know. So guys, if you got people who have Cash App, but they don't have bank accounts, they can use their Cash App card or that virtual card that Cash App has to enroll. I did not know that. Awesome, James. Thanks. Shade, what about NetSpend or Walmart cards? I'm not sure. Anyone know? James, Pam, Ness?
Yeah, NetSpan can be used because I have a cousin that used it.
Okay, so the prepaid
And
card.
I've been told that Walmart card works as well. I haven't tried it, but other leaders have said that it works.
Walmart and Cash App.
Only thing that don't work is Wells Fargo's.
Okay, Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo don't work, guys. And Nicole, that's something that kind of goes back to your question. If you got someone like, I know you're in the Bahamas, so if you got someone who doesn't have a card, if it's someone who you got a good relationship with, what we can do for them is we can get them a prepaid, like you still have to like send me the cash, but I'll be able to buy them a prepaid card like out of Walgreens, and then that'll be their card, but they'll have to send their money every month for us to load the card. Can you load those cards, guys, with like a credit card?
Yeah,
I think you
online.
have to do cash.
No, online.
You can do it online?
Oh.
Yeah, any prepaid card online.
Okay, so that might work. So that means if the person has access to someone else's card where they can load their prepaid card that we'll have on file, that can work. But it's just a long process. But anytime you run into those issues, Nicole, reach out. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out because that won't be the majority. That's gonna be the one-off instance. Awesome. So Green Dot also works, guys. Awesome. I think this was valuable, man. I think this was really good. Oh, Malik, go ahead. What were you gonna say about edification before we get out of here?
Yeah, I was going. I said before, hit it up. About that. Number one, I want to address that. Now, quick tip, real quick. This for everybody that's new. When you running your race, when you run the play, I tell you right now. One thing about me that I did, I self-destruct myself, being mad at everybody else. When you running your play, and you running for P1000, P chairman, P150. If you see a P600, if you see a P2000, Sophie made P5000. I was the happiest person in the world. Doc made chairman 10. I was the happiest person in the world. Because at the end of the day, when I was seeing these ranks, at one point I was getting pissed off, and it was self-sabotaging myself. Use that for energy. You have to see it to embody it. I see Sophie P. I just seen Pam and where we at, Pam? Where we at?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. I seen Pam, I seen Lovely, and Niagara Falls. I was lit. My girlfriend didn't know who the hell they was. I'm like, yo, this is my family right here. Pam making $1,000 a month. Lovely making $1,000 a month. Imani's making $1,000 a month. I was lit for them. And my girl is now like, yo, why are you so hyped for them? Cause they're doing it. You're not doing it, they doing it. So it was like, yeah, and people will recognize that too as well, guys. So what you celebrate, it definitely accelerates.
Well, great. What you celebrate, you accelerate. And we live in a society and an environment and a culture, guys, where when people see people doing good, their first response is to hate, right? That's a programming that we got to shift. People see people doing well, and because it's not them, they hate on them. And then if you're not going to accelerate nothing good in your life by hating, so you got to celebrate, and then you will accelerate. So that's the shift in perspective, and the shift in mindset, and the shift in attitude, and what we're doing here. And that's why you guys are at the right place at the right time, connected to the right people, because we're doing everything opposite of what most people are doing. And y'all hear me say it on every presentation, right? Let's go to the top. The bottom is too crowded. The bottom is crowded. The top got mad room. There's so much space there for all of us. And just remember, no one has to lose for you to win. We live in a world of abundance. It's enough for all of us. It's enough out here for all of us to go chairman 750. It ain't got to be just one. Every single one of us can. So just keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. Go be great. Don't be scared. It's a process. You got to creep before you walk. You got to walk before you run. But you got to take the first step to start the race. And that's the thing that most people don't do. They never start. And then they look around and life is over and they like, gee, I ain't do nothing. Right? So don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. What's that, Evie? Put what on a shirt? We drop plenty bars over here, so we don't know. I don't know which phrase you're talking about. Which one should we put on the shirt?
Okay, let me tell you, listen, I got like 3 pages full of quotes, okay, from you and Pam and Owen. I mean, girl, I got quotes for days.
That's what's up. And y'all know I'm the shirt mate. I'm the shirt queen, so you know I print
Right?
shirts. So
I'm gonna start doing that too. Shoot, girl, you inspire me. I'm telling you.
Let's go, do it, man, do it. Is he nice?
Fantastic Friday, guys. Sophie, I told you this Therese here. Get that shirt game started, girl.
See, exactly. For real. Oh, there's room at the top for everybody to eat. It's too crowded at the bottom, for sure. At the bottom, y'all, everyone trying to get the scraps, man. At the top, we eating 5-star, you know, so we got to make sure. Yeah, I'm still doing the charts. I'm after this, Tierra. You know, I'm not going to keep everyone who doesn't want to stay on, but I'm going to do the charts for like 15, 20 minutes.
Hey, so Drake said, trust me, at the top and they ain't lonely.
Exactly. And nothing's better than going to the top than going with all of us going together, right? I tell Pam all the time, because Pam and I have been working for a long time. I tell Pam all the time, like one of the goals is, you know, when we start doing these like chairman retreats, right, where the whole team is going, you know, we go in like to islands, we go wherever, you know, Maldives, right? The whole squad, we go into these places and we go to dinner, right? And it's like, you know them long tables in the restaurant, you know, when you, like the whole stretch of the restaurant, it's like 100 of us, 50 to 100 of us, and everybody at the table could pay the check for everybody. You know, that's the kind of visualization I see. You know, I don't see it where we at the table and people trying to duck out on their bill, right? Or trying to calculate exactly what they got because they ain't paying $1 extra, right? No, we changing that narrative, man. We're going to be at the table where everyone can pay the bill. Everyone, we fighting for the bill. You know, so that's what I'm talking about. All right. How do you purchase that trusted person? Hit me, Jerron, I'll hook you up. It's on my website. You can make 1 million excuses or you can make $1 million. One must come. That one's sticking with me. Yep, that was a powerful one from the call. For sure. Yup. Gee, the Last Supper style table. Yeah, the whole thing, like the communal table. Like we book out the whole restaurant and it's just one table and just us. Yeah, no splitting checks, man. You know, just pull out everyone got black cards. Like just run it. Just run it. You know, that's the goal. That's what we're doing. And that's why you got to stick around y'all long enough because this train is moving and it's not stopping. Just make sure you got your spot on it, man. The only way you get off is if you quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't give up. It ain't going to be easy. Challenges are going to happen. Things are going to pop up, but don't stop. Because here's why I don't quit. And then after that, we really go into the charts. Here's why I have been going on, like going into my 6th year, like consistently. It's because if I stop now, y'all, I'm just going back to what I went to. I'm just going back to what caused me to want to start this. Like, think about it. I was in a position where I was broke. I just had enough money to pay bills, barely. And I started this journey. And if I stop now, I'm going right back to what I started from. That don't make no sense. If I keep going, eventually I will get to the big goal. But guess what? Where I'm at right now is way better than where I started from. I never make $12.50 a week, ever, ever with a degree in computer science. Never. I think the most I make on a job was $45,000 a year, and I thought I was doing really good then. Now I'm making, you know, $60,000 from home. I don't clock in. I don't have to go to no one job, and that's just from this. That ain't my shirt business, you know. And it's just because I didn't quit. It wasn't always easy. It was hard trying to figure out how to pay the rent when you don't have another source of income. But I made a decision that I wasn't going to stop. Now, things getting a little easier because the income is coming in now. And it's only going to get more because now we heading to chairman. $2,500 a week from home? Come on, y'all. And it's possible for all of us. And the only overhead to make that type of income is $175. Y'all realize that Justin Owens, who makes $100,000 a month, he only pays $175 a month for his business. It doesn't increase as your pay goes up. It's still less than $200 for everybody. We can make 6 and 7 figures here. Like, don't take it for granted, man. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. All right? But I appreciate y'all for hopping on. If you want to get off, you feel free to get off. I know we've been on long, but I promise we're just going to do some look at some charts, and I'm going to do that now for like 30 minutes, and then we can get out of here. It's Friday night. I ain't got nothing to do, so I know y'all might have something to do. So it's totally cool if you hop off. I'm going to end the recording here so I can start another recording.